welcome back to my channel for another video. Today we are going to make something dealing with the season of fall. Pumpkin. That's right, I said it. We're going to do something with pumpkin. Pumpkin.
Did you catch that? I said pumpkin.
And before you click out, don't leave. Don't do it. We are going to make pumpkin squares.
And when I said we, yes, you and me.
We are going to make it's so delicious. I've made this so many times. Always had rave reviews about it. So think out the box. We're gonna do this pumpkin dessert and you're gonna love it.
Pumpkin square bars. Don't knock it until you try it. Stay tuned.
Okay, so let's get started. You're first going to need a 15-ounce can of pumpkin puree. Make sure that you do not get the pumpkin pie one, strictly pumpkin puree.
1 12-ounce can of evaporated milk, 3 eggs, 2 sticks of butter. You really only need 1 cup of pecans, but this is a total of 2.5 cups. I may use a little bit more than a cup because I like for the entire top of this dessert to be covered with nuts. You will also need cooking spray so you can spray your pan. You normally only need 1 box of the yellow cake mix. I purchased 2 because sometimes I just feel like you may need just a little bit more just to make sure we have coverage, but it wouldn't take all of the second one. I'm going to use ground cinnamon just to taste. You'll also need like a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. You will need 2.5 teaspoons of pumpkin spice or to taste before you put the eggs in. Taste it and you may want more. And of course I'm going to use nutmeg, so I'm just going to do it to taste. I don't have a measurement for that. And lastly, you will need 1 cup of brown sugar. That being said, let's go ahead and get started. As you can see, we started with our can of pumpkin first. Next, we're going to put in the carnation milk. And now we'll add our 1 cup of sugar, of brown sugar, light brown sugar. And now we'll add our 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, or how much you want to use. And now we'll add our 2 teaspoons of the pumpkin pie spice. I'm going to do 2.5, guys. Now we're going to add a little bit of cinnamon. Just a couple dashes. Then we'll go ahead and add the nutmeg. Just a couple dashes of that as well. Now we're going to mix this up because I want to taste it to make sure it has enough of the spices and things that I'm looking for this pumpkin dessert. Okay, now I want to taste it before I add the eggs to see if it needs anything additional added. I'm going to add just a little bit more vanilla. A couple more drops. And I also feel it needs a little bit more sugar. So I'm going to add about 2 more tablespoons to it, so it won't be overly sweet. I'm going to add just another dab of the cinnamon as well. And now we're going to mix this up and I'm going to taste it again. Okay, so the original recipe, guys, for this, I tried to follow it to a T, but after tasting this before I put the eggs in, it didn't seem like it had enough sugar. It's very important that for your household, your level of sweetness may be different from others. And so it doesn't hurt to alter the recipe that you may find because perhaps you may feel like it needs something else, and I do that quite often. So now we're going to go ahead and add the 3 eggs. Now let's mix the eggs in. Remember I told you needed the spray? Let's go ahead and spray this 9 by 13 pan. It's 9 by 13.
It's 9 by 13 for the people in the back.
And no, you will not need flour for this. You literally just need to spray the pan with oil.
Now we're going to pour this mixture into the baking pan.
And now this is how the pan looks. Now we're going to pour our cake mix on top. And just a little tip, cut it at an angle. Don't cut it all the way across because you're not going to be able to control the amount that goes on. If you cut it all, it's just going to all dump out. So I do a little corner so I can control the mix the way it's going properly. Okay, so as you can see, after I poured the first box of cake mix on,
After spreading the cake mix, I see it has some hills and it also has some valleys. So go ahead and spread it out to make sure that it's flat like this.
So remember I said that I bought 2 boxes of the cake mix. We're not going to use the whole box of this.
Oh, we're not? We're just going to put the cake mix in the areas that are missing some mix on it. That's why. And as you can see, I only used half of that second box of the cake mix.
And so now I'm just spreading out the extra cake mix that I added. So now we have those 2 sticks of butter. You do need to melt that. I chose to put this in here because I really want to control where the butter goes. So now I'm going to go ahead and pour this butter over this mix. So now your oven is set at 350 degrees. It can take up to 55 minutes for this dessert to cook.
So I'm going to go ahead and bake this dessert for 15 minutes and then pull it out and put the nuts on. This way my nuts won't be burnt for the remaining of the cooking time. Do it this way.
Okay, you guys, this is how it looks when it came out.
What? What's that?
What's going on?
Yes, more butter. I melted just a little bit here because you can see these little piles of cake mix. If you don't put butter on this, this is exactly how it will look when it comes out the oven. Like,
oh, okay.
dried up
Now that makes
cake mix.
sense. I understand now.
All right, now it's time to add the nuts to this. You can add as many or as little as you like. As you know, I bought a 2.5 cup bag of nuts. I didn't add all of the 2.5 cups, but I added just enough where I think that it will have a nice topping on top for everyone. When they scoop some out, they'll get a little bit of nuts. So there you go. All right, guys, we're going to put this back in the oven for an additional 45 minutes. Yes, 45 minutes. And look at this, straight out the oven, y'all.
Oh, all right, you guys, we are back. So this is what the dessert looks like.
Now tell me you don't want to taste this. Sure you do.
And this is the pumpkin square bars. I'm in my kitchen table and I want you guys to be able to see what my reaction is on how this tastes. So let's get it.
A little pumpkin, a little nuts, a little crust. This still looks so good. So good. Now you know it's good when the dancing commences. Go, go, go. Come on. I see you. Girl, yes.
Come on, somebody. One more bite.
Is that good? I love the additions that I added as far as the cinnamon, the vanilla, the nutmeg. All that is the additions that I added because I felt like it needed it. But is it good? Of course. Should you try it? Yes. Even if you're not a big pumpkin fan, try this. You won't be disappointed. It's similar to sweet potatoes. And if you like sweet potatoes, then you probably will like this. So try this out. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below.
Please don't judge me. Don't judge me. One more bite. Yes, girl. Yes, you did it.
So we've come to the end of the video, everybody. Thank you again for staying until the end. Pumpkin, different type of thing. But this pumpkin dessert, so good your family wouldn't even know that it was pumpkin. So before you go, I know you didn't just stay for no reason. Go ahead and do it. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and hit that bell to be notified. Thanks again, friends and family, for staying until the end. I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.